Hey, what is going on, you twigs for Arms Twigs? So the other day I opened up this massive box of Celebrations cards on the stream that Pokemon sent me, so I want to give a big shout out to Pokemon first of all for sending me these cards. And not only did I open up the cards on the stream, twitch.tv/AzulGG, first link in the description, give it a click, give it a follow. I stream every day except Tuesdays, but I also told a bunch of stories around some of the cards in my past experiences of playing this game for the past 10-11 years or so. So I want to share that with you guys over here on the YouTube channel as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. So we got the Pikachu box, of course, with Big Peak. That is a Big Peak. Then one of the tins, we got the Charizard V, or Leon's Charizard V, an ETB, Celebrations ETB, Celebrations Lunchbox, Dark Sylveon V. I don't even know what is the official name of these things. Blister thing. We've got a Zacian one as well. So this is where the Zacian level X comes. Zacian level X in this one. Got the Dragapult Prime one, and then another Pikachu one, but this is the many Pikachu. This is the Pikachu V Union box. So a lot of cool promo cards. Oh, there's still a big one too right here. I didn't see the big one before. A lot of cool promo cards. Actually, that coin is really cool too on the... That's a big coin. That's a big coin right there on the Dragapult one. Flipper camera, it is reversed. Oh no, I did the camera wrong. Boom, there we go. We're fixed. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. All right. Oh, I saw Rahul's Rahul, I saw your the what's it called with the pin. We record for YouTube content. Run it back, run it again. I can cut it out. I can cut it up. I don't even know where I want to. I think we should start with the Big Peak. I think we should start with Big Peak here. I think we should start with Big Peak. Big Peak has been trapped in here for far too long. Unleash the Peak. Get him out of here. All right. So the best part about it is definitely the Big Pikachu with his frosting halo. That is definitely a Big Peak right there with his dust clouds. All right, so we got a bunch of Celebrations packs, and then Chilling Rain, Vivid Voltage, and Darkness Ablaze. We'll probably open those first. And the Celebrations packs come with only 4 cards each. I was actually curious because like the set's not very big. I was like, it probably can't be 10 card packs, right? It can't. There's no way it's 10 card pack for these, and yeah, it's not. Let's take a look at the promo cards as well. Okay, so we got the V and V Max. Which ones are these? This is just the alternate art of the VMAX we already have. Then there's the flying Pikachu VMAX and the surfing Pikachu VMAX. All right, so let's start with these packs here. I think are these cards playable on PTCGO? Some of them will be, yeah. So big hit from Chilling Rain. We're looking for Gold Fog Crystal, I believe. I can't think of a better hit than Gold Fog Crystal from there. Vivid Voltage, Rainbow Rare Peak. Oh, that's not bad. Amazing Rare Celebi, we'll take it. And then Darkness Ablaze, so we want the Charizard. Maybe? No. 2 Corvusquires. All right. But to be honest, I don't really care about hitting anything out of those. Let's see if we can hit something out of these. Well, there's a code card with each of these as well. All right. Let's see. All right. I mean, the set's not very big, so I feel like hitting everything in it is not that difficult. So we got Yveltal, Cosmog, and then Mewtwo EX. I mean, this is oh, they definitely have a different holo pattern on these cards than the old EXs. And then Big Peak in the pack as well. Full art, old school Big Peak. But I mean, the old one wasn't full art, obviously, but it's a different take on old Big Peak. It would have been funny if they did if they made the cheeks yellow, because that was like one of the first big printing errors, I think, is some of the old Big Peaks had yellow cheeks on it, I think. I remember correctly. And then we got a Mewtwo EX, one of the biggest cards in competitive play when it released, and for a very long time after that. It eventually fell out of favor, if I remember correctly, in standard format, and then it was sometimes played and expanded, but not very often. But when it released, it was like one of the best cards. It was just probably the best card. It was literally played in everything. There was a bunch of different decks that just played Mewtwo. So there was Mewtwo Darkrai, there was Eels Mewtwo. Like every deck played Mewtwo, and decks that didn't play Mewtwo still played a Mewtwo as a counter to Mewtwo. So you'd still play your own Mewtwo even if you weren't a Mewtwo focused deck. So you could literally just counter your opponent's Mewtwo's with a Mewtwo. Like the last deck I remember playing with Mewtwo was CMT, Celebi, Mewtwo, Tornadus, but I didn't play Tornadus. Actually, I only played Terrakion. So my build was Celebi, Mewtwo, Terrakion, and the deck was built to just beat it was just built to just beat Darkrai decks and Eel decks. So I played 3 Terrakion. I should have played 4 Terrakion. I actually played 1 Tornadus EX in it that ended up actually costing me a match later on against Nance in top 32 of the tournament, because I opened my Tornadus and he's got like 2 free prize cards turn 2 with his Zekrom. Yeah, Mewtwo EX was a huge card. It was literally played in everything. Even if your deck wasn't focused on it, you played it to KO other people's Mewtwo's. Yeah, it's one of the most powerful cards ever printed. One of the most impactful cards ever printed, I should say. Mewtwo was sick. Yeah, the last time I remember playing it was, yeah, Mewtwo, Celebi, Terrakion, and I lost in top 32 to Nance, and Nance went on to get second place at that Nationals to John Roberts. Nance, if I remember correctly, Nance probably should have won, but Nance put too many energy on one of his Mewtwo's, and then Roberts actually plays a Cobalion and got the return knockout with the Cobalion. All right, next pack, Palkia, Groudon, got a Cleffa, and then Surfing Pikachu V, Oldie Cleffa. So this is way before my time. This is base set. I did not play. I did play with the reprint Cleffa in Art Gold Soul Silver era, but this Cleffa is before my time. Although they both cards effectively they were very close to doing the same thing. Both had free retreat cost, both had 30 HP. This one cost an energy to attack. The newer Cleffa cost 0 energy. I played with that one, but I was not playing the game way back then. I would have been like 8 years old. And then we got the Surfing Pikachu V as well in this one. And I think this is the more viable of the 2 Pikachu Vs in this set. I forget what the VMAX does, but maybe we'll pull one and find out. Oh, and this Eek also drew 7. The newer Cleffa drew only 6 cards. I got our Lugia, another Groudon, another Cosmog, and the Zacian V. One of the potential good cards in this set to use in current standard. Maybe in Dragapult this will see play, but besides that, I don't think we're gonna see really anything out of this Zacian for right now anyways. Also, you never know what the future's gonna bring, but the Zacian probably won't see play until probably won't see play in anything except Dragapult. That's what I mean to say. Reshiram, another Palkia, another Dialga, and the Mew, probably the best card, definitely the best card in the set, but will it see play is kind of the question for sure. Mew, definitely the best card in the set. Mystery Tail, once on your turn, if this Pokemon is in your active spot, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck, reveal an item card you find there. So a lot of people compare it to the old Stellar Wish Jirachi. It doesn't put itself to sleep, but it can only find item cards. So definitely glad to pull this one. Because when IRL tournaments come back, who knows? It might be viable by then. I don't think it's initially going to be good, though. Oh, another Lugia, Gardevoir EX, and another Zacian V. All right, we're going to add the Zacian V over there. Gardevoir EX is also another card that was a little bit before my time. Actually, this one was maybe quite a bit before my time. But yeah, this was before my time as well. This was like 2000, I don't know, 6, 7, maybe 8. But yeah, I think it was 6. This is 2006 or 7, I think, actually. But yeah, before my time. It had a very unique Pokepower though, that was only unique to this, and I believe there was one other card that used Imprison Markers, but the ability, or the Pokepower back then, once on your turn, if Gardevoir EX is in your active spot, you may put an Imprison Marker on one of your opponent's Pokemon. Any Pokemon that has an Imprison Marker on it can't use any Pokepowers or bodies. So pretty powerful power. I don't think it ever really saw play. I actually played some old decks recently, and one of the old decks was a Gardevoir EX Swampert deck, but I don't know how good this thing was overall. I don't think it was really played that much. But yeah, this was the only thing with the Imprison Marker. I forget what the T-Tar had. Or the T-Tar had Shock Markers. That's right. It had Shock Markers. But yeah, Gardevoir EX, the only card to have the Imprison Marker Pokepower. The only thing that did anything with Imprison Markers. So it's definitely an interesting card. It was like very much like kind of like a one-off, and they didn't do anything else with it besides that. That was it. It was just the Gardevoir. That's the only thing that ever had the Imprison Marker. All right, another Palkia, another Ho-Oh, the Lele GX, and then another Big Peak. So Lele GX, I mean, one of the best cards of all time. I mean, there's like, I'm sure a lot of you in chat are familiar with this one, and even to this day, it's still played and expanded. So yeah, not that old of a card at all, but definitely a huge card in the I was actually curious. So it does have the same set number. So you could play these in expanded then. You can play this in expanded. Well, I guess that makes sense. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to or not, but it has the same set number and set. Yeah, insanely powerful card. not only does it have the great ability to search out a supported card from your deck, but also had the attack energy drive. It did 20 for each energy attached to itself and the active Pokemon. So yeah, insane card. It wasn't even just a great ability, it was also a great attacker with the energy drive. One of the things that made it so good was also that it could also attack. One of the biggest things about it was that it could also attack. So if you had nothing else to attack with, you could always attack with Lele. Even if you couldn't set up your main attacker on the deck, or you're struggling or falling behind, you always had a Lele and play to attack with. Another Yveltal, another Dialga, got another Lugia, and a Lunala. First Lunala hits. What are even the big hits? Like, what is the... I mean, I know the Charizard is going to be a big hit, but like, to me, I don't even know what to consider a big hit out of this set. This depends on what you want, right? Depends what you're looking for personally. The card I want is the Umbreon Star. That's what I'm looking for. All right, another Cosmog, another Yveltal. The first, here comes Team Rocket. Each player plays with his or her face cards face up for the rest of the game. And they actually reprinted this. As a supporter. Did they reprint it as a supporter? I think they did later on, not that long ago, like last year or something. A set from last year, I think. But this card, I doubt was very good back in the day. I have no clue. And then we got the full art Professor's Research. Let's go. Professor's Research, Professor's Oak. He looks so much younger in this artwork than the other artworks. That's what I noticed when I saw when I took a look at the leaked artworks. He looks so much younger in this artwork than other artworks with Professor's Oak in it. That's a nice hit right there, which is something that really cool that they actually have been doing with the cards recently, with like Boss and then Research, just giving like different artworks to like have around. I think it's pretty cool, as long as it doesn't keep the cards constantly in format forever. All right, up next, let's open up the Leon Zard V tin. So we've got the promo Leon Zard V, or Lance is not Leon. I don't know where I got Leon from. Lance. Well, I guess Leon Zard was on the mind. Lance's Charizard V. Flamethrower 200, discard energy from this Pokemon for Fire Color. So probably won't be very good in competitive play. Always something I think about when I look at these promos. Read the excerpt. You want me to read this thing on the back of the piece of paper? All right. Owner's Pokemon. Want to take a trip into the distant past? The first Owner's Pokemon were released as part of the Pokégems expansion over 20 years ago. Trainers from that era may remember iconic Owner's Pokemon such as Blaine's Arcanine or Rocket Zapdos. These cards include their trainer's name as part of the card, meaning the Blaine's Arcanine had to evolve from Blaine's Growlithe. No ordinary Growlithe would do. The cards also featured the trainer's face in the card art, just in case you didn't know what Brock, Misty, and Erica looked like. Lance's Charizard V is a mashup of the owner's Pokemon style of the card with the power of Pokemon V. Like all Pokemon V, it's a basic Pokemon, even though Charizard is normally a stage 2 Pokemon. However, because Lance's is part of the card name, you can have 4 Lance's Charizard V and 4 Charizard V in your deck. I wouldn't recommend that. Don't try that. Just because they're saying it doesn't mean you should do it. This outstanding artwork features Charizard as the side of its legendary trainer, the iconic Elite Four member and champion Lance. There's nothing quite like a bond between a Pokemon and its trainer. Dark Pokemon, first introduced in the Pokemon TCG Team Rocket's expansion, Dark Pokemon, and not to be confused with Darkness type Pokemon, look a bit evil. Rumor has it that these Pokemon were trained by Team Rocket which twisted them into various ways and turned them to bad ends. After a short hiatus, they reappeared in the Pokemon TCG Neo Destiny's expansion, and again later, years later in the Pokemon TCG EX Team Rocket Returns expansion. Some of the most memorable cards in competitive play are Dark Pokemon, including Dark Tyranitar and Dark Dragonite. Dark Sylveon V is a mashup of Dark Pokemon and Pokemon V. Like all Pokemon Vs, it's basic Pokemon, even though Sylveon is normally a stage 1 Pokemon. However, because Dark is in the name of the card, you can play 4 Dark Sylveon V and 4 Sylveon V in your deck. Remember, not a recommendation. They're just saying it's possible. They don't actually want you to do it. I wouldn't recommend you do it. Sylveon normally looks cheerful or determined, but this one seems a bit devious. It's possible the influence of Team Rocket may be involved. What kind of schemes does Dark Sylveon V have in mind? Don't actually play 4 Dark Sylveon V in your deck with your 4 Sylveon V. You're gonna have a bad time. Not recommended. Eat more. Is this it? Oh, that is. Oh, I was off by 1. Supposed to do 4. All right, let's get to the big ones now. The celebrations. Of course, I'm not gonna lie. It'd be cool to hit a Charizard out of those. I'm fine with not. All right, Lugia. Another Groudon. Ooh, the Blastoise. Okay. Ooh. I wish I should have. Hang on, let me get a sleeve. All right, there we go. Blastoise. Let's get him in a sleeve. Probably should have sleeved the rest of them too, to be honest. And this, once again, well before my time in the game, the Blastoise. I can't even remember the oldest card that I had, like from my original cards that I had. Get him down there where he's safe. And then we got Zamazenta V as well. which also might see a little bit of competitive play, just like the Zacian. The ability means your fighting Pokemon take reduced 20 damage from your opponent's VMAX Pokemon. So VMAX is the main attackers in standard right now. So this could definitely see play in some kind of fighting deck in the future. Definitely curious to see if it does. All right, here we go. Another Cosmog, another Lugia. Ooh, the Dark Gyarados. Let's go. That's another good hit. I know Mello is jealous. Let's put him down there for a second. I'm gonna sleeve this guy as well. There we go. The Dark Gyarados. I remember this card from back in the day. I remember this one. This one I actually remember pretty well from back in the day. I didn't play with it, but like, you know, I would see it in people's collections. Maybe me or one of my siblings had it as well. I don't remember, but this one is definitely one that I've seen many times throughout the years. The Dark Gyarados, for sure. Yeah, sick card. That's pretty good. Back to back, got the Blastoise into the Dark Gyarados. Let's see what we get in this next one. Okay, hopefully it just only gets better. Palkia, Reshiram, Rocket Zapdos. That's a sick one as well. Why was it upside down though? It was upside down, right? I had it like this. Rocket Zapdos. That's another sick one right there. And there's something else behind this one as well. 3 packs in a row, 3 killer pulls. This is quite the tin. Rockets Zapdos, man. That's a sick one as well. This is also another card I remember seeing throughout the years. You know, like, I mean, for anyone else who's been to like a con or a competitive event, when you go up to the vendors booths, and they have a bunch of different random cards, some old stuff, some new stuff, some competitive stuff, some collector stuff. I'm sure I've seen this guy over there before, the Rocket Zapdos. And then, oh, another Zamazenta V. Less exciting, to be honest. Less exciting than the Rocket Zapdos for sure. But hold up, we got one more pack from this tin. Let's see what else we have in store. What else is in store for us? Another Ho-Oh, another Lugia, another Groudon, and another Lunala. Okay, but you can't complain with those first 3 hits. The Dark Gyarados, the Blastoise, and the Zapdos. Definitely can't complain after those hits for sure. That's hype. These are sick. All right, let's move on to the next item. Let's go with the lunchbox. Once again, big shout out to Pokemon for sending everything. This is probably what I'm going to be moving here in a couple weeks. This is probably where I'm going to put all my cards that I open here. Okay, so we got the promos, the Mimikyu. I thought the Mimikyu card was super sick. So there's been a couple Mimikyus that are basically the exact same thing. Oh, they have the Filch Attack, which this one also has. It doesn't have Copycat, but it has Wet Claw. But I thought this card was super sick, the Mimikyu one. Actually, all these, we're getting into them now. These are the current, like, new cards changed to look like old cards. So this Mimikyu is supposed to look like, I don't even know what set this is. This the with Delta Species. So Delta Species Mimikyu, and then we have a SP Hydreigon, which if you guys don't know what SP Pokemon were, they're basically like the current version of V Pokemon, where it's like anything could be an SP and it would be a basic. And then a Light Toxtricity. I don't even remember when the Light Pokemon came out. That was a long time ago. Oh, and then the Big Coin as well. Big Peak Coin for Big Peak. And then looks like we got 6 celebrations here. Train on stickers, Pikachu stickers, more Pikachu stickers, more Pikachu stickers, more Pikachu stickers. I'm gonna have to put some of these on my new desk when I move into the new place. One of these little, I don't even know how many slots are in these binders, but it's single card binders. More reading. All right, here we go. Light Pokemon. The Neo Destiny expansion brought us light Pokemon, the luminous counterparts to the evil dark Pokemon. These Pokemon tend to be gentle and kind in nature, favoring attacks that aid you or your Pokemon rather than doing lots of damage in battle. Light Pokemon are often depicted with bright illustrations, and they are often seen smiling or helping other Pokemon. Now, be honest, when you think of Toxtricity, you probably picture it as a rebellious Pokemon with a punk rock vibe, right? Not your first choice for a gentle soul. Well, that's part of the story, but now we get to see this Pokemon in another light. Light Toxtricity shows us that even the toughest Pokemon can have a softer, friendlier side. Delta Species Pokemon. The Pokemon TCG EX Delta Species expansion took us on a journey in a city named Holland in a faraway land. In this mysterious city, it's said that magnetic powers had a strange effect on Pokemon that changed their types, and these became known as Delta Species Pokemon, using the Delta symbol to denote a Delta species Pokemon. This era brought us wacky things like Metal-type Pikachu, a Fighting-type Execute, and even Lightning-type Rayquaza. Many fans look back fondly at Delta species Pokemon as one of their favorite and most memorable Pokemon TCG mechanics. In most recent times, it seems likely that Mimikyu has visited the city of Holland. Rumors claim that it traveled there on a quest to change its type so that it could be more like a certain yellow mouse Pokemon. And look at that. Mimikyu Delta does indeed appear to be a different type than usual, but maybe not the type it was hoping for. Unlucky there for Mimikyu. Pokemon SP. The special Pokemon SP arrived in the Platinum expansion, and they brought a long-lasting influence on the course of the Pokemon TCG. Like the many owners Pokemon from the past, these cards feature unique names, include images of their trainer on the card. However, instead of being named after a trainer, they were put into a group such as Pokemon G for Team Galactic, Pokemon GL for Gym Leader, and so on. For example, Garchomp C was the champion's Pokemon with Cynthia by its side as a trainer. Even if a Pokemon was normally an evolution Pokemon, all its Pokemon were basic Pokemon such as Garchomp C mentioned earlier. These cards were dominant in competitive play for years, with Luxray GL and many others featured promptly in World Championships. Prominently in World Champions decks. Here we see Hydreigon show up as a Champions Pokemon in Hydreigon C. This Pokemon SP features the champion of Unova Iris as its trainer. Maybe that makes you wonder what other incredible Pokemon trainer duos could have existed as Pokemon SP. Dude, that would have actually been a sick thing if they had done it with, like, if they had taken, like, if SP Pokemon were still a thing, if they had taken World Champions and put them with the Pokemon. And then what is this, like a notepad? Maybe I'll use this to write some notes. If they had taken world, like people who won Worlds, and put them with an SP Pokemon. All right, what is this, Vivid Voltage again? So we're looking for Big Peak. No Big Peak, man. Oh no, that wasn't Vivid Voltage. That was Darkness Ablaze, right? To be honest, I don't know. I don't know set symbols. Now that I've thrown the pack down there. All right, this is Vivid Voltage. Now we're looking for Big Peak. Before I wasn't looking for Big Peak, but now I'm looking for Big Peak. And no Big Peak. 6 more celebrations. Ho-Oh, Lugia, Groudon, and then the Big Peak. But this time it's Surfing. Big Surfing Peak. And if any of them are viable, this might be the one, to be honest. But yeah, and if any of them are viable in competitive play, I think this might be the one. Max Surf, 160, 30 to each of your opponents' bench Pokemon for triple water. So you can play with Melanie. Turn 2 Max Surf. Maybe good enough. All right. Cosmog, Lugia, another Yveltal, and a Research. This is actually a really cool artwork overall. With them kind of breaking. This is like their version of breaking the what is it called when in movies they like talk to the audience, breaking the fourth wall. Is this the version of that with the drawing Professor Oak's arm outside of the box, the art box? Here we go again. Palkia, Yveltal. Hey, there we go. Garchomp C-level X, and then a Solgaleo. All right. This is probably one of the most impactful cards. This is up there with like Mewtwo EX levels of impact on a format. It was played in so many decks. There was, of course, Lux Chomp. Everyone knows Lux Chomp. There was Dialga Chomp. There was Sableye, which doesn't have Chomp in the name, but Garchomp was in there. There was Gengar Garchomp. All of these decks had Chomp. Luxray usually gets the biggest spotlight for SP Pokemon, but Garchomp was definitely the bigger impact card overall, because it was played in so many decks. This was played in so many decks. And its attack for 3 colorless, you did 80 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. You just card 2 energy as well, and then you couldn't use the attack again next turn. But back then, everything had to evolve or had 80 HP, so you could literally like KO whatever you wanted on, you know, the first couple turns of the game. And even as the game progressed, they had to like put more stuff in play to set up more Pokemon. Claydol was a big support Pokemon. Uxie, Mesprit, all the Pixies, pretty easy knockouts for Dragon Rush. All the SP Pokemon had like 80 HP as well. Yeah, and then the Healing Breath, Pokepower, whenever you evolved, you could heal all damage from all of your SP Pokemon. It wasn't as big of a deal. The Pokepower really wasn't that big of a deal. You did utilize it, but yeah, the attack was basically the biggest part of the card. It also had Free Retreat, which is also a big deal for going from between Garchomps back and forth. Feels weird. It feels a little weird seeing it again, but it's super sick for sure. That's a good. Yeah, I mean, that's what I want to see more. I want to see more of the old school cards. Let's hit some more old schools. All right, here we go again. A Kyogre, first Kyogre. We're gonna collect them all. Need the Kyogre. Cosmog, another Rockets Zapdos. I mean, why not 2? You have 1. Why not go with 2? And then another Professor's Research. Okay. Yeah, why not another Rocket Zapdos? So sick. Why not 2? And now that I'm like opening them, I really want a Reshiram or Zekrom, to be honest. Another Cosmog, another Palkia, another Reshiram, and a Surfing Pikachu V once again. I mean, at this point, that might be the only cards, IRL cards I have to build a deck, to be honest. So maybe I will be playing Surfing Pikachu V in my next tournament. All right, here we go. Last pack for the lunchbox. We have got a Dialga, a Lugia, a Xerneas, and another full art research. Now, I usually don't play. I personally usually play minimum rarity when I play IRL, but I've got 2 of them already. I'm only 2 away. Who knows? I might be rocking full art researches when IRL play does make a comeback. I'm already halfway there. I feel like maybe I should play some full art research. It's a pretty cool artwork too. I really like the artwork as well. So I might break my minimum rarity rule for the full art researches, to be honest. Okay, that's gonna do it for the lunchbox. Celebrations ETB, player's guide. They're kind of just going over all the different kinds of cards in the set. Oh, and then here's the full set list. Trading card rulebook. I haven't read one of these in a while. I wonder how much they've changed. Doesn't look like too much has changed. And of course I know all the rules, so, or I'm pretty sure I do. So we've got the 65 sleeves, Pikachu tail sleeves, energies, the Greninja Star promo. Of course, not actually playable, but very cool artwork. There's very cool artwork on that for sure. That's actually a really sick looking card. I don't think I ever owned a Gold Star card. I can't remember if I ever owned a Gold Star card, but I'm pretty sure I never owned a Gold Star card. Maybe that's why I want the Umbreon so bad. Pikachu dividers. Take a look at the dice. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 celebrations packs. And then we've got Darkness Ablaze, Battle Styles, Vivid Voltage, Darkness Ablaze, Chilling Rain. And is Clang the rare? Wait, what is the rare in this one? Vanilla? What one is the rare? Is it Surfetched? It's Surfetched. Oh man, I don't even know. What is the hit in Battle Styles? What is the hit to hit? There's 1 pack of Battle Styles. What am I looking for? Ultra rare, alternate art, Urshifu Rapid Strike, I guess. Vivid Voltage. I know this one. Big Rainbow Peak. Already opened a couple of these. No Rainbow Peak so far. Oh, there's something. Oh, it is a big peak. It's not rainbow though. That's not too far. It's as close as you can get without having the Rainbow Peak. There he is. Big peak. He's here. He's here. He's on the coin. Pikachu's everywhere, man. The bigger, the better. That's what I always say as well. All right, see if we can get the super secret, ultra rare, Gold Star, EX, VMAX, Shining. No Charizard for me. Got a Melodic. If I had to pick a hit, I'd go with Gold Fog Crystal. Got a Frostlass. You know what? I don't own a Frostlass, and you know, who knows? It could be good in a deck someday. Okay, I'm excited for these 10 celebrations. Let's get into it. Cosmog. I think it's my first Zekrom actually, so we're completing the set here. Got the Zekrom. Another Rockets Zapdos. maybe they're not as rare as I think they are, but that's still cool to have. And another Zacian V. Another Rocket Zapdos. Why not? Add it to the stack. And I think this is the first Zekrom that I pulled so far. So completing the set. Let's get a playset. Let's get a playset of Zapdos here. Lugia, Dialga, Eviso. There's something here. What is it? Another Zacian V. Oh, I forgot to get rid of the code card on this one. Another Zacian V. So playset of Zacian V. I can use my Zacian V to charge up my Zacian V, and then use my other Zacian V to charge up my other Zacian V with their Roar of the Sword abilities. Just in case I prize one of my Zacian Vs, I've got another one. My first Xerneas. So once again, getting closer to completing the whole set. Another Kyogre, another Dialga, and another Lunala. This one's upside down. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? This Kyogre is upside down. Kyogre. Wait, is the whole pack upside down? Maybe I have just the whole pack upside down. Xerneas, another Dark Gyarados, and another Professor Oaks. Let's go, bro. The Dark Pokemon. Maybe it says something a little bit more about me than my luck at pulling the Dark Pokemon. Another Groudon, another Reshiram, another Palkia, and a big peak. Second big surfing peak. I think this is going to just be the deck I play IRL from here on out. I've got a 2-2 line of big surfing peak. All right, Lugia, Cosmoem. I did not have a Cosmoem yet, so that's another I'm pretty sure I hit a Ho-Oh earlier. And another big Surfing Peak. It's calling to me. Cosmoem. Another Zekrom. Another Ho-Oh. And a Solgaleo. Okay. Here we go. Got the Yveltal. Another Cosmog. Oh, a shiny Magikarp. Another big peak. All about the big peaks. And a shining Magikarp as well. That way I can evolve into my Dark Gyarados. I don't think I've never seen this card before. I don't think this is all new to me. This one is all new to me. Another Xerneas, another Groudon, another Palkia, and another Zacian V. Another Kyogre, another Xerneas. Oh, there we go. That is hype. The Claydol. Yeah, these are the cards I want to hit. That's so sick. One of the most powerful, maybe the most powerful draw engine Pokemon of all time. Claydol. Great Encounters? I don't remember the name. Is it Great Encounters? With the ability Cosmic Power, once on your turn, you may choose up to 2 cards from your hand and put them on the bottom of your deck. If you put any cards on the bottom of your deck in this way, you might draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. You can use as many of the powers as you want during your turn. And some decks like Jumpluff would go out of their way to try and get up like 3 Claydol on their first turn. They were trying to set up like 2 or 3 Claydol on their first turn with Broken Time Space. And then just like from there, you just basically see your whole deck over the next 2 or 3 turns. And you see everything you'd want to. And then you kind of go from there. But yeah, Claydol, super sick card. Never really used as an attacker. Of course, its attack is not great. But the Cosmic Power ability, or Poke Power back then, is just so insanely powerful. Yeah, I remember... so one memory that I have with this card is actually the first deck that I took to a regionals. And I actually got second at this regionals. And this is I played a couple tournaments in seniors. I don't know, it was maybe my 3rd or 4th tournament as seniors. But I took Blast Caddy to the tournament. But I only owned 1 Claydol. So because I only owned 1 Claydol, I played 2 Azelf. Because I was like, well, I need to get my Claydol out. So I'm gonna play 2 Azelf. And Azelf lets you look at your prize cards and take a Pokemon out of your prize cards. So I was like, I'm gonna play 2 Azelf so I can make sure I can get my Claydol. Because I was like, it's a super good card, and it's super important to set up, because once you set it up, you're just drawing everything. So I was like, I'm gonna play 2 Azelf in my Blast Caddy deck so I can make sure I can get my 1 Claydol. Because if I had owned 2 Claydol, I would have played 2 Claydol, but I only owned 1 Claydol. So instead I played 2 Azelf in my deck to make sure I could get my Claydol out. And so I couldn't. So if it got prized, I made sure I get it. Like, it's such a super important card to set up in so many decks. Yeah, and I actually took 2nd place at that regional championship. It was like, I think it was like the 3rd or 4th tournament I played. Maybe it's a little bit more than that, but I only played a couple tournaments as a senior. I did not play many tournaments as a senior, and that's my number 1 memory I have of Claydol. I played that deck with only 1 Claydol. And I remember, like, I got super lucky in that tournament too. And I was still like learning the game on like a higher level for sure back then. But like the amount of turn 2 Blast Caddies I got, and what Blastoise did is it did 10 plus 10 for each water energy in play. I think I want to say its ability lets you discard the top 3 cards of your deck and attach any water energy you found there to your Pokemon. And then its 2nd attack for 3 or 4 water energy did 60 damage to 2 Pokemon. So you could completely destroy people's setups. Like, if you just went 2nd and you went turn 2, like, I remember I played against, oh man, it was a Gengar deck in top 4 or top 8, and I was just like, turn 2, KO both your Ghastlies. And then he would next turn bench 2 Ghastlies, and I was like, okay, KO both your Ghastlies again. And I just like did that up until the finals, and then in the finals I drew pretty poorly finally. But up to the finals I was running super hot, and then I got to the finals and my luck just completely went away. But it wasn't bad for my first regional championships as a senior to take 2nd place. So that was super sick. I remember. Yeah, and that's back when you placed for money at Pokemon tournaments, you got scholarships. So I remember I got $1,000 scholarship, or maybe it was 1,500. I don't remember. But you got like a scholar. You used to get scholarships back then as well. You didn't actually get money. They didn't give you money. They gave you scholarships that you could eventually redeem, you know, for school stuff, for school. And they eventually got rid of those, and they were like, okay, you can just have money. We're just gonna give you money now. And now these days, obviously, when you win something, they just give you money. That's my number 1 memory of Claydol. But obviously, Claydol, super powerful card, played in so many decks back then. And it never felt like it was too much to just have in the game, because like a lot of decks could go either way to KO it or power lock them. Yeah, so it never felt like it did too much. Claydol never felt like it did too much. It felt like it kept a ton of decks in the game, but there was ways you could go about ways you could go about KOing it, or just stopping it from being able to be used or be useful on your opponent's next turn to kind of slow them down. So although it had a ridiculously good ability and it was played in so many decks, it never felt like it was too much. It never felt like it was too much. Nostalgia card right there, the Claydol. We've got a couple boxes to open. We're gonna start with the Dark Sylveon V. Let's see what we get. So we've got the Dark Sylveon V jumbo card. I didn't even know they still did jumbo cards, to be honest. Jumbo card. We got 4 celebrations and then one battle styles. Oh, well, someone walked away with the code. Dark Sylveon V. So what are we doing? Darkness Ablaze first. So Charizard, and then battle styles, gold level ball. Someone mentioned in chat. So that's definitely what I think I want to see here. So gold level ball. Oh, full art Cheryl, not bad. I'll take it. Been saying it a lot. I'm gonna say it again. Cheryl, one of the best cards in the format, one of the most powerful cards in the format. All right, let's get into it again. More celebrations pack. I get like excited every time we go to open some celebrations packs. Another Yveltal, another Kyogre, another Rockets Zapdos, and a Lunala. Another Rocket. The playset. We have completed the playset of Rockets Zapdos. Boom. The playset of Rocket Zapdos. Sick, man. That's actually so sick. Playset of Rockets. So sick. So sick. So sick. Who knows? Maybe there's another one waiting for us in one of these future packs as well. Maybe we're going to pull a 5th. All right. Groudon, Xerneas, Kyogre, and a Solgaleo. Yveltal, Cosmog, and another Solgaleo. Yveltal, I saw something there. Zekrom. Oh, the Reshiram. Full art and a fly. Okay, more big peak, but the Reshiram, so sick, man. So actually, Reshiram, so Zekrom and Reshiram were both huge when they first released. They were like the first. Were they the first? I mean, SP Pokemon, like a lot of people know the term big basics. And even though SP Pokemon were basic Pokemon that were normally stage 1s or stage 2s, but in basic form, Reshiram and Zekrom were really the first big basic Pokemon that kind of did it all by themselves. Of course, you need support Pokemon to set up their energy costs, but like they had the HP, they had the attacks, and then Outrage, of course, they both had as like a backup attack. So these were really the first big basics, was Reshiram and Zekrom. SP Pokemon were kind of like that, but not really. They weren't like, they needed to evolve to their level X's usually, and they need a little bit more support around them. Whereas the Reshiram and Zekrom were really the kind of the start of big basics, where it's like you kind of could play pretty minimal, pretty straightforward, minimal stuff. Like you didn't play a whole ton in your decks. It was just like Reshiram was Reshiflosion. You just had like a 4-2-4 Typhlosion, and then 4 Reshiram, and then there was ZPST. I never really played Reshiram personally. I never played Reshiflosion or Reshibor. I played ZPST though. I did play quite a bit of ZPST, which was Zekrom, which hopefully we pull a Zekrom still, which was Zekrom, Shaman, and Pachirisu. And then what was the T? Oh, you played Tornadus as well. But yeah, I never really played the Reshiram myself. I played a lot of the Zekrom. I played a lot of ZPST. That's what I played at the regionals that year. The one regionals where ZPST was a deck, or that was afterwards, I guess. ZPST was a deck before as well, when ZPST was the deck when it was when the mid-season rotation hit, if I remember. Actually, I don't remember, to be honest. Yo, what is up, Mahone? How's it going, bro? Yeah, we pulled, the chat was saying you're a fan of the Zapdos. I pulled a couple Zapdos so far today. We pulled a couple of them. It's been good Zapdos pulls so far. Yeah, Reshiram and Zekrom are really the start of like the big basics, like being able to doing all themselves basically. I never really, like I said, never really played the Reshiram. I played a lot of the Zekrom though, ZPST, and then also Eels after that, where Zekrom was in the Eels deck. I played Zekrom, but very impactful card for sure. The Reshiram, Zekrom as well. Hopefully we pull. I mean, we've pulled plenty of this Zekrom, but I'm hoping we pull one of the full art Zekroms. They're also just super sick cards when they first came out. It's like the first card of this kind of style. So those were super sick, sought after cards, the Reshiram and the Zekrom, when they first released. And also like the foil pattern on stuff of them was different and the texture was different. And of course, we got this guy as well. Less hype, but still another big peak to add to the pile. Next box, we've got the Zacian level X. Okay, we can actually read this one. I haven't read this one yet. When you think of the Diamond and Pearl series in the Pokemon TCG, one kind of card stands out: Pokemon level X. Standing apart from basic Pokemon evolution Pokemon, these special cards are considered level up Pokemon that you place onto your active Pokemon. When you place a Pokemon level X onto another Pokemon, it gains all the attributes of the new Pokemon, but it also keeps and can use any attack. Pokepower, Pokebodies of the card is placed on top of. In many ways, Pokemon level X were the predecessor of Pokemon Break, which appeared in the later part of the XY series. And that brings us to the crossover of the Diamond and Pearl and Sword and Shield series. Zacian level X, like all Pokemon level X, Zacian is displayed with stunning artwork that extends beyond the card frame. What a fitting card for the warrior Pokemon. Yeah, I didn't mention that when I was talking about level X's earlier, is that you could use all of the powers and abilities and attacks of the lower stage Pokemon, exactly like that thing mentioned, like Break Pokemon did as well. But Break Pokemon SPs were like kind of the, yeah, like it says, predecessors to the predecessors of Break Pokemon were the Pokemon level X. And this is the Station level X. But yeah, you could like put the level X, like you have the Garchomp level X here. You'd evolve this on top of your Garchomp C, and then the Garchomp C's attacks were 2 colorless for 30 damage, 80 HP, 1 retreat cost, I want to say. And then the second attack on Garchomp C was 50 damage, do 10 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. So you could use all those attacks through the Garchomp C Deluxe as well. These cards I think are super cool. So there's this one. I don't know where I put the other one now. Did I open the other one? Actually, I haven't opened the other one yet. There's the Greninja Star, which I have down here, where it's like new era Pokemon put back into the old, you guys know, the old Pokemon. Zacian made as a level X. These are super cool. And they almost look like they're, I'm sure a lot of you have seen fake Pokemon cards. It almost looks like it's fake because this is something that a fake Pokemon would like look like. I'd be like, oh, Zacian's are new Pokemon, make it as a level X. But these are actually real, which is super cool. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Oh, this thing I saw. This pin is actually super cool. So it's Surfing Pikachu, and then you can put it down, and then it becomes the Flying Pikachu, and then you can go back around. Now it's flying. Now it's surfing. Super cool pin, for sure. All right, so let's see what we got. So we got 4 celebrations once again, and then we got Chilling Reign and Vivid Voltage. So once again, we'll do the Vivid Voltage last. We got something. Full art Celebi V, and we'll take it, man. If it's not going to be a gold fog crystal, we may as well get a full art Celebi V out of it. Oh, Orbeetle VMAX. Let's go, man. It's actually one of my favorite VMAXs since VMAXs have been around. Orbeetle VMAX is one of my favorite VMAXs. Unfortunately, it has not had the competitive viability that I would have liked, but I've had some moments with it for sure. So yeah, huge fan of the Orbeetle VMAX. That's a sick pull right there. Another Dialga, another Zekrom, another Cosmog, and ooh, a Mew, a second Mew. There we go. All right, Ho-Oh, Groudon, Imposter Professor Oak. Once again, this is and then a Zacian or Zamazenta V. No more Zacian Vs, please. Imposter Professor Oak. Your opponent shuffles his or her hand into his or her deck, then it draws 7 cards. So once again, this is a card that is before my time. Did not play with this card at all. Never played with this card before my time here. The Imposter Professor Oak, but really cool card to see nonetheless. Xerneas Yveltal, Ho-Oh, and another Surfing Pikachu V. Palkia Cosmoem. Here comes Team Rocket, and another Zacian V. Dragapult Prime box up next. The big Pikachu coin. I'm hoping I pull some more old school cards. That's what I'm hoping for. I want to get the Zekrom. Oh, we have some more competitive Pokemon lore. Because I feel like it falls under like competitive Pokemon lore, right? Pokemon Prime. Pokemon Prime made their debut in the Pokemon TCG Heart Gold Soul Silver series in terms of gameplay mechanics. These Pokemon didn't do anything new to the Pokemon trading card game, but don't let that distract you from how great these Pokemon were. Pokemon Prime remembered fondly for their excellent artwork, typically featuring a Pokemon bursting out of the card frame with a glint in its eye. Now my reading is starting to fail now. Or sometimes on a different prominent feature such as a tooth or an apple. I never really noticed that before. These cards were stronger than normal Pokemon, and some of the popular ones such as Magnezone and Typhlosion. Yeah, the biggest one, I think maybe the most popular one overall was actually Yanmega Prime. Magnezone and Typhlosion kind of got more of the spotlight, but I feel like maybe the most popular one, actually throughout its longevity, I think Donphan was maybe the most successful Prime card potentially, because it was definitely played maybe the most throughout its existence. So Donphan Prime is probably the overall most, I don't want to say the most impactful, but most played at like a pretty top level. And Yanmega was also very, very heavily played. I feel like Typhlosion was okay. Typhlosion was very high. A lot of people played Reshifusion. I actually don't think Reshifusion was very good back then. I think a lot of people just played it. It was a very popular deck. But I actually think Reshifusion was pretty bad. Like there was just better decks. Like I was like, every time I would talk about the deck with someone, I was like, why wouldn't you just play a better deck? There's just better decks. Also, the deck played Sage's Training, and I think Sage's Training was a terrible card. I hated it, and I was maybe wrong on it being a terrible card, but I think Sage's Training, I didn't want to play Sage's Training. And Sage's Training looked at the top 5 cards of your deck, and you picked 2 and discarded the rest. I just hated the RNG of it, I think was part of it. I hated the RNG of the Sage's Training because you had to pick 2. You had to discard the rest. So if there was like 3 or 4 good cards there, feels pretty bad. Yeah, I think Reshifusion was a pretty underwhelming deck overall. I think Mega and Donphan were maybe the two that were played the longest throughout their existence, though. Mega was played a lot in a lot of different decks. Mega was super powerful. Magnezone was also very good as well. Its ability was, or its Pokepower was insane. Magnezone and Typhlosion were used in the World Championships winning strategies. When Pokemon Prime were first released, hundreds of the Pokemon we know today hadn't been discovered yet. It was very early in the history of the Pokemon world. That's what makes the Dragapult Prime pictured here so special. This Pokemon from the Galar region gets to show off its amazing look as a Pokemon Prime. And don't forget about those Dreepy. Don't forget about the Dreepy. Prime Pokemon, they weren't anything like Prime Pokemon were not anything like level X's or anything, or EXs or GXs or Vs. They were just Pokemon, but they were just very, very obviously stronger than non-Prime Pokemon. Prime Pokemon were just like stronger than non-Prime Pokemon, and that was like very, like, they were just better. But there was like nothing to say on, they were just known as Primes, but there wasn't like, they weren't worth more prize cards or anything like that. I mean, they all had ×2 weakness, I think, but I don't remember if weakness back then in general was just ×2. Here's the big Prime. Another, oh, is this one different? Or are they the same? No, it is different. It's different. A different Big Peak coin. New age Pokemon taken back to look like an old school card. Dragapult as Dragapult Prime. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Go through. No more Big Peak for me. Another Cosmog. Another Reshiram. Another Palkia. And another Lunala. Here we go again. Xerneas. Ho-Oh. Palkia. And another Big Peak. One final box here. A Pikachu V Union box, which, to be honest, might be the best V Union we have. None of them are great as far as competitive play goes, but I think the Pikachu V Union is possibly the best of them for sure. Definitely going to try and build a deck around it at some point and see if we can't get Pikachu V Union to work. This is my favorite Pikachu for sure, right here. Couple Pikachu cards. Oh, this one, all right, so now that I'm looking at him a little bit closer, this one is also pretty good. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it on this one right here. That guy is also pretty funny right there. That one. All right, I'm also a big fan of this Pikachu right here. This one, that one. Take another closer look, see if I missed any other ones that are. Yeah, that one is also very, very good right there. And then I like this one over here as well. Top 3 peaks on the peak card right here. 1, 2, 3 right there. Okay, and then of course we actually get the playable version of the card in the 4 peak pieces. And then we get 1 Professor Burnett. Search your deck for up to 2 cards and discard them. So obviously they're to combo with V Union cards. All right, guys, here are our final packs as well. We got 4 more celebrations. Is there an Umbreon Star in there? We'll find out shortly. And then a Battle Styles and a Darkness Ablaze. Let's start with that Battle Styles. I was going to do it one at a time, and I was like, let's just see it. Not quite but close enough. It's still a dragon. Actually, Charizard's not a dragon. Charizard's a dragon. It's still a dragon. It's still a VMAX. Salamence VMAX. Xerneas, Kyogre, another Dark Gyarados. Could we get a playset of Dark Gyarados to go with, and another Mew? Two great pulls there. 3 of the Mysterious Mews now, and then another Dark Gyarados. Mellow is somewhere. Super jealous. All right, here we go again. Another Yveltal, another Xerneas, the Mega Rayquaza EX. Okay, I'm not disappointed with that. And then, but of course, another big peak. And not disappointed with the Mega Rayquaza EX. So this is like a big card. This was a big card when it came out for sure. It came out with Shaman came out in the same set, I believe, as well. So actually, in my opinion, I always thought Mega Rayquaza was subpar, much like Reshiflosion. I think Mega Rayquaza EX was a fairly subpar deck that really should not have been played at the numbers that it was played at. But it was decently powerful. But I do think Mega Rayquaza overall, competitively, was fairly subpar. It was okay. It was like a solid deck, but I'm not gonna lie, I was always happy to play against it. I was always very happy to play against Mega Rayquaza EX, because I always just felt like I had an advantage against it, until it became an expanded. When it was an expanded, I think that's where it was most powerful. And I mean, that's where Alex Wilson got his regional subs with it. I think where it was most powerful, though, was definitely an expanded, because doing stuff like hex chaining and stuff was easier and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not disappointed with this pull at all. The throwback pulls are definitely my favorite things out of this set for sure. That was my favorite things when I looked at the set as well, was just like the throwback pulls for sure. Very cool card artwork though. I always really like this. They have this in Japanese here. I don't know what that says. I think it says Emerald Break right here. That just looks cool. And if you look at the Japanese cards, they have it in English actually. Like right here, we have it in Japanese. On the Japanese cards, they have it in English right here. I think it says Emerald Break there. But it just adds like another really cool element to the card that makes it look really sick. Makes it look really sick for sure. So yeah, sick card, subpar deck. Okay, we got a couple more here. I'm really looking to fill out my Dark Gyarados playset here though. Lugia, Osmoem, Ho-Oh, and another big peak. Can't have too many big peaks. And I'm able to play like a 2/2 flying line, a 3/3 surfing Pikachu in my big peak deck. Here we go, final celebrations pack. You know I'm looking for that Umbreon Star. Let's see what we got here. Zekrom, Yveltal, Xerneas, and Lunala. So no Umbreon Star here, but a pretty good pull nonetheless, and a lot of cool throwback cards, a lot of cool stories and memories to go with them as well. And that's gonna do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. As always, go check out the Twitch stream. First link in the description. Give it a click, give it a follow. I stream every day except Tuesdays, and I'll see you guys in the next video.